I'm John Evangelista, Agricultural Operations Manager for Groundwork Elizabeth, and we are at the Vera Verde Greenhouse at the Portuguese Instructional Club in Elizabeth, New Jersey. I'd like to take a minute to talk about some of the advantages of hydroponic farming. In this particular case, we get to grow up to about 4 times the amount of plants that you would in the same space as a soil farm, as well as we use about 80% less water than a soil farm would use. Another advantage of it is that we don't use any pesticides or herbicides, so the plants are 100% natural and free of any type of material that would cause any problems to the environment or the people eating the plants as well. Now that we've talked about some of the advantages of hydroponic farming, I'd like to take a minute to walk you around the greenhouse and show you a little bit about what we're doing here. Once we're done cleaning, we have to set up our reservoirs. The water runs through a closed loop system, so we need a pump to push the water through the channels and back up to the top. Here's our pump that we're using for the channels. Once the water starts running, it moves through the channels and the plants uptake the required nutrients. Since hydroponic farming does not use soil, systems rely on nutrient solutions to provide the essential elements that the plants need. Hydroponic nutrients contain the entire spectrum of necessary elements that are found in soil. Now we will test our pH levels. The test will determine if we must raise or lower our pH levels in our water. We generally want to have our pH at around 6.5, which happens to be this color. Special thanks to our Senior Garden Advisor, Jerry Bryden, who starts approximately 15,000 plants a year. We're starting seeds in oasis pads, a rigid foam that will allow for propagation. We move the oasis onto our propagation table, and 1 week later, we have seedlings. At this point, they're about ready to move into our main channels. Basically what we do is a general IPM, which is an integrated pest management on a daily basis. So we go through and we check our plants and our table from top to bottom, left to right, all day long. We start with looking through each plant, checking to see if there's any bugs, pests that may have infiltrated the greenhouse. And we go through, make sure we don't have any problems. We check the root system on the plants to make sure you have a nice root system. The white, beautiful white roots is what you're really looking for in each plant. It means that the plant's very healthy, uptaking all the nutrients correctly, and everything seems to be on track with what we have here. These particular plants here are in their 3rd week. They spent about a week and a half in the prop table and about a little over a week in these channels. So you see the speed of the production is a little more advanced than a general soil farm, but we do have the same problems that a standard soil farm would have as far as bugs and pests, and that's why we do the maintenance daily. We try to cover the whole table every 2 to 3 days, and then we come back and start from the beginning again. Our general goal is to have our greenhouse at Pisk to look like this and produce like this. So in order to do that, we're doing some test running. We have a table with about 40 channels in now, so we can produce up to about 600 plants in there a month. And our goal is to hopefully double that by the end of next year. So we'll have about 1,200 plants coming out in there. We're also going to do a variety of microgreens and a variety of baby greens out of there, which will cut down on our grow space and increase production out of that greenhouse. And the greenhouse itself will hopefully turn into what you see here, a thriving greenhouse where we can put 3 or 4 turns and have a monthly supply of greens coming out of this greenhouse on a weekly basis.